To advertise with us, donate sponsorships and suggestions, email us at trendafricatv@gmail.com or call us on 773-312-0318 or 773-756-6678. Remember to also follow and like us as Trend Africa TV on Facebook so you can always catch us live. On Instagram as Trend Africa TV 123 or subscribe to our YouTube channel as Trend Africa TV and click on the notification button to watch previous shows. You can also visit our website for your African news, entertainment, fashion and sports updates on www.trendafricaonline.net. Trend Africa TV, redefining Africa.
The pulse of the people that fall within the area that we call TogoLand under British administration, or Western TogoLand, was tested through plebiscite in 1956 to determine whether the inhabitants wish to be in union with independent Gold Coast or otherwise. 58% of the total valid vote cast was in favor of the union with the independent Gold Coast. This signals civility and political maturity on the part of the people of the Western TogoLand. Yet, it is proven beyond reasonable doubt in commitment to justice that plebiscite is not a gentleman's agreement. The beautiful union, the great amalgamation that the people of Western TogoLand voted for eluded them. The pride and the inheritance of the Western TogoLand has been overshadowed, and the fate of the people of Western TogoLand are in limbo. Once said, in the chest of a woman is not only an extension of a breast and a feeble heart, but also the desire to hold, use, and control power. This has been the case of the people of Western TogoLand. Today, I will take a close look at the resolution 1044 whilst I take a short commercial break. Please stay with me and share the link. I'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Please don't forget to share the link.
Are you looking for a classy and unique dress store to shop in Ghana? Then look no further. Classic Royal Clothing is all you need. Our things are so authentic and UK techie only. It being office, casual, wedding, party, just name it. I mean all occasions. You can reach us on 0245 415067 and our social media handles are Instagram is classic_royal_gh and on Facebook is Classic Royal Clothing. We are located on the Atomic Junction Hatchery Stretch, opposite Ghana Commercial Bank. Classic Royal, wear classy and look authentic.
What it do, my people? It's your boy Kingsley Ego B, aka King the Preacher, aka the Peacemaker, aka the Joy of the People is my peace of mind. You are now watching Trend Africa. Don't touch that dial. If you won't touch her. Come on there. Keep watching Trend Africa. We are here. Africa has come to stay. Don't touch that dial. One love. Keep watching. Ratata.
Yes, don't touch that your TV set or your phone where you are watching. Africa has come to stay. So the union between Western TogoLand and Ghana must also stay. Today we'll be looking at, we'll continue looking at why the union between Western Togoland and Ghana, why union. A lot of people are saying that the union has not been established, and because of that, the people of Western Togoland have every right to determine the kind of future that they want. They can choose to be independent, or talking about separating from Ghana here and there. But the people of Western Togoland, those fall within the PLC, People's Liberation Council. They are saying that they don't want that separation. What they want is union with independent Gold Coast. They want to continue that, and we have been looking into why the union, why People Liberation Council have taken such a strange position that they don't want to back off from that position. We'll be looking into it. We started last 2 weeks. Today is the third week. We spoke about Resolution 1044 and other documents, but today I will summarize Resolution 1044. Resolution 1044 SI of 13 December 1956. This is a UN resolution. We'll summarize it and see what is inside. Following week, we will take it paragraph by paragraph so we can digest it. We want us to digest Resolution 1044 SI because this is one of the major reasons why People Liberation Council is saying that there is no any workable thing than the union based on the Resolution 1044 SI. So we need to know exactly what is in Resolution 1044 SI that the People's Liberation Council is saying that we cannot bypass this resolution and do anything else. So we'll look into that. If you are watching me for the very first time, let me let you know that this is the Western TogoLand Situation Room. This is where we tell you about Western TogoLand Union with independent Gold Coast. We tell you the bare truth and for you to be your own judge. You can also go and look for the document yourself and read whilst it tells you. I always begin with my audience. So far, I have seen a few people on the screen. Okay, I'll wait for more to join so that I can acknowledge all of you while the program is ongoing. And don't forget to share the link. For those of you who are watching me, share the link, send it to your friends, let them also be part of what we are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead. Yeah, this is the Resolution 1044 SI. It's I've shown this resolution to you many times, so I don't need to be showing you every time. Resolution 1044 SI from the United Nations. The topic is Resolution 1044 SI, the future of Togoland under British administration. And then the subtitle, the General Assembly. I want to read through it. Today, we are not going to take it paragraph by paragraph, but we'll just read everything through. And then next week, we'll take it paragraph by paragraph so we can digest it very well to the understanding of our people. Recalling that by Resolution 944X of 15 December 1955, it recommended in pursuance of Article 76B of the Charter of the United Nations that plebiscite be organized and conducted in the Trust Territory of Togoland under British administration by the administrative authority in consultation with and under the supervision of the United Nations Plebiscite Commissioner in order to ascertain the wishes of its inhabitants in regard to the union of their territory with an independent Gold Coast or otherwise. It continues. Having received the report of the United Nations Plebiscite Commissioner on the organization, conduct, and results of the plebiscite, and having noted in particular the conclusion contained in the report that the plebiscite was held in an atmosphere of freedom, impartiality, and fairness. Having also received the report of the United Kingdom plebiscite administrator, noting that the majority of the inhabitants of the trust territory participating in the plebiscite have expressed themselves in favor of the union of the territory with an independent Gold Coast. Noting also the recommendation of the Trusteeship Council in its resolution 1496 XBIII of 31st July 1956 that appropriate steps be taken in consultation with the administrative authority for the determination of the trusteeship agreement for the territory to become effective upon the attainment of independence by the Gold Coast. Having been informed by the administrative authority that it is the intention of the government of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland that the Gold Coast shall become independent on 6 March 1957. Operative paragraph 1. This they just say 1, but it is operative paragraph 1 in the resolution 1044. So that is the introduction. Now we are going to the operatives. So paragraph 1. They name it, they number it 1. For those of you who have the resolution 1044, you can see they name it 1, 2, 3, and stuff like that. 4. So 1 says, expresses its approval of the union of the territory of Togoland under British administration with an independent Gold Coast, and accordingly invites the administrative authority to take such steps as are necessary to this end. Number 2, resolves with the agreement of the administrative authority that on the date on which the Gold Coast becomes independent and the union with it of the territory of Togoland under British administration take place, the trusteeship agreement approved by the General Assembly in Resolution 63I of 13th December 1946 shall cease to be in force. The objectives of trusteeship have been attained. 3, requires the government of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland to notify the Secretary General as soon as the union of the territory of Togoland under British administration with an independent Gold Coast has been effected. Number 4, requires the Secretary General to communicate to all member states and to the Trusteeship Council at each 19th session the notification by the government of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland referred to in paragraph 3 above. This is the 619th preliminary meeting, 13 December 1956. Okay, that is it. You heard resolution 1044 SI. This is the resolution that People's Liberation Council are basing their argument. And they are saying that based on this resolution, there is nothing workable than the union. So next week we will look into the resolution. We'll take it paragraph by paragraph so we can digest it. Before that, let me welcome my my viewers, and I'm also expecting you to send your comments, and then I'll summarize the resolution 1044 SI, and then we'll move ahead. Today I'll close very shortly. I'm not going to take more time. Today it will be less than 1 hour program. So those of you who have a question, who have a comment, please bring your comment and question before I end the show. I've seen Mr. Solomon is watching. Mr. Solomon, you are welcome. Thank you so much for watching me. I've seen that Mr. Girardo is watching. Thank you so much. Mr. Girardo has been a very great help to this program. He always sends information, very vital information to us anytime he's watching. Mr. Solomon is saying union is not amalgamation. Okay, because of my first submission, that's why we say that. Mr. Solomon Agbenya and William Girardo are watching with you. Okay, thank you so much. I have not seen Mr. Avonyo yet. I've not seen Simon Tetevia yet. Kakali, Eric, and others. Those that I forget your name, please forgive me. I know you are watching me. I've seen Tugby Gemedra, I know you always watch me. I know you always share my poster on the Facebook. Thank you so much. Keep the good work. We'll get there. Mr. Ben is also watching. Mr. Ben has sent a message. Great work. Thank you, Mr. Ben, so much. Thank you so much. I know other people are watching me. If I don't mention your name, please do not. Tugby Blango, today I remember your name. I'm not seeing you. Tugby Blango, wherever you are, I say hello to you. I say my regards to you. Thank you so much. Somebody sent some messages here. Okay. Let's just work on the union. Good. That's what Chama is saying. Let's just work on the union. Yes. So we have People Liberation Council have taken that position of a union. They are saying that there is no need to break away from Ghana for those who are saying that they want to separate from Ghana. But the People Liberation Council is saying that we have enough evidence to tell you that breaking away or separating from Ghana is not the most or the best ideal that we can find here. And Resolution 1044 SI is what they are basing their argument on. So that is what it is. And you can see that if you ask me to summarize what I just read about Resolution 1044 SI, I will tell you that this is an unprecedented document. See, it specifies it's clearly specify nothing than union. In every paragraph, the Resolution 1044 talk about union. The Resolution 1044 of December 13, 1956 is very, very intense when it comes to union, because it lays emphasis and gives us steps to take to bring about the union. So every paragraph that you read, there is nothing that you can deduce from it than union. There is nothing separate. There is nothing different from this resolution, but it's only talking about union. You could see, and the union have to be achieved at all costs. The resolution is talking about union. Clearly, it has also instructed this resolution. It is the instruction to the United Kingdom of Great Britain. United Kingdom have been instructed to bring about the union. They have been instructed, they have been given a step that they should take to bring about the union. So that is all the resolution 1044 is all about. And you all know that the union has not been achieved. The union of Western Togoland and independent Ghana or independent Gold Coast has not been achieved. If the union has been achieved, we will ask, what is the status of the people of Western Togoland in the union? If today we don't have a union agreement to prove to the people of Western Togoland, then what is their status in the union? These are the things that we need to ponder. The people from Ghana and those from Western Togoland, we should not take a side, think that, oh, when we don't want people to be union with us, or we don't want to go back and do something that Britain's supposed to do. You can see clearly that Resolution 1044 have instructed Britain to lay to bring about the union, and the steps have been given. If those steps have not been followed, if the union has not been established, it's about time that the people of Western Togoland and the people of Ghana sit together and bring about that wonderful union. We can do it without quarreling. We can do that without fighting one another. We can do that without arresting one person or the other of this. So this is what that the People Liberation Council is saying, that listen, if we do not fully implement Resolution 1044 SI, the future will be dark. We need to implement Resolution 1044 SI. We need to implement it fully so that the future of Togoland and the British administration and independent Gold Coast will be bright. This is the decision that the United Nations has taken on behalf of the people of Western Togoland. And they have also instructed the administrative authority, which is the Britain. So Britain is not a bona fide owner of Western Togoland, because Western Togoland is not a British territory. That point needs to be made clear, that Western Togoland is not a British colony. Britain did not colonize Western Togoland, but yes, Britain colonized Gold Coast. That is a fact. That is why Britain has been instructed to bring about the union between Western Togoland and independent Gold Coast. If you look at when I read the resolution 1044, you see that there was no emphasis on the Gold Coast. People should be asking. The resolution talk about the union with the Gold Coast, independent Gold Coast, but the emphasis was on Western Togoland or Togoland under British administration. Why? Because the United Nations concern is all about Togoland under British administration, because Togoland was a trust territory under the supervision of the United Nations. So they cannot do anything and leave these people out. That is why they are laying emphasis on the resolution 1044 is laying emphasis on the people of the trust territory. It's talking about the trust territory, the trust territory. Talk about the trust territory, the inhabitant of the trust territory. That's all that he's talking about. They are more concerned about the future, the present, the past, and the welfare of the people of the trust territory. And Gold Coast is not a trust territory. Gold Coast at the time was what? You all know, I don't want to mention that. I'm not happy to say Gold Coast is was a colony. That is not, but that is a fact. It's not that I'm happy telling you, repeating myself all the time, saying that Gold Coast is a colony. And I said it here before that when you are a colony, you are a slave. You have no right. All your rights have been reserved. You don't have any right until the time that international organizations and other independent countries came together and said it's about time that imperialists let go of those colonies. See, those countries became independent, and then they have their own right to determine their future and do things on their own. That is why when I mention colony, for those who know very well, colony means slave, and you don't want to hear the word slave, and I don't want to be repeating that to you. Look as if I am happy about it. No, I am not happy about it, but it is a fact, and I need to put it out there. So that is what it is. So you can see clearly. Next week when we are looking into paragraph by paragraph, we'll look at some names that appear also in the resolution. You could see that in the resolution we have a United Nations Plebiscite Commissioner. And again, we have a United Kingdom Plebiscite Administrator. And again, in the resolution 1044, it talks about administrative authority. Who are these people? Who are these people? You can see how United Nations have put up every effort to make sure that the union between Western Togoland or Togoland and the British administration with the independent Gold Coast come to effect. They have put on seriously. They put it on a paper seriously. They talk about it seriously, and because they mean that business. So there is no way we can talk about nothing else except the union. Resolution 1044, I said before, is something that no one can bypass. If this resolution has been implemented by the United Kingdom as instructed by the United Nations, today we will not be here and be talking about resolution 1044. Or because the resolution has been fully implemented. But it has not been implemented. That is why you cannot jump this resolution and do something else. This is the point that People Liberation Council is basing their argument on, that the resolution has not been implemented. So let's implement it. And what is the implementation of the resolution 1044? It's all about union. It's all about union. It's not talking about anything else. It's talking about the union. The union with the independent Gold Coast. It's all about the union. There is nothing else. And I want to send a signal out there that the people who mistakenly say that the people of Western Togoland integrated into Ghana, that is not true. It's never in any document. It's never said in any UN document. UN has never approved any integration of each trust territory into another country. It has never done that, because that is not the purpose of the trusteeship system. Integration defeats the purpose of the trust system. a United Nations, knowing the purpose of the trusteeship system, they will not allow each trust territory to integrate into another country. So for those of you who are saying that, and some politicians are very comfortable, they go on air and say these people have been integrated, people have been done this. Please, when you are saying that, I don't know what to say. Please, you should put a stop to that. Let me see. Great work, Mr. Benadeli. You say, let us work on the union, Mr. Solomon. Thanks you for dedication. Thank you so much, Mr. Solomon. You know, it has not been easy doing this kind of job. Mr. William, obey your conscience. Oh, leaders and elites of Ghana. Well, Mr. Gerardo today is telling us that the leaders of Ghana should obey their conscience. It's very important that the people of Ghana, the politicians, the leaders, obey their conscience. Obeying your conscience means trying to understand the situation on ground and ask your conscience what your conscience tells you. It's not about following your country constitution and doing what is right for your country. Sometimes it's not the same. It's not right. Even your constitution talk about union. It is also imperative that every country must obey the UN Charter laws and must live within that law. Despite that you have your country law, you can also have obligation as a member of the United Nations. You must also implement the Charter law to full effect. And Resolution 1044 is one of the decisions taken by the United Nations General Assembly, and no one can bypass it. If it has not been this resolution, I think the people of Western TogoLand today will not be with Ghana. If you quite remember, the people of Western TogoLand, they do not want to be part of Ghana. They demanded their own country. They want to be on their own. It has been this resolution that have allowed these people to go into plebiscite in 1956 and to choose the union. So if it has not been this resolution, then there will be nothing like Western Togolanders in Ghana. And if you ask Ghanaians about Western Togoland position in Ghana, they will refer you to the plebiscite that, oh yeah, they voted in plebiscite to join Ghana. Some will say they voted to integrate into Ghana. Some will say they voted to do whatever they want to do with Ghana. Some say they voted to amalgamate with Ghana. No matter what reason why they voted for, whatever you say is not what is taken, but it is what the United Nations said. That is why we are looking into the resolution. The resolution says union. So the people voted in plebiscite to join independent Gold Coast in union, not in any other words. So from today, if you are listening to me, do not go and be mentioning any other words. That the people of Western Togoland voted in plebiscite to join Ghana in. No, don't bring any other words. Union should be the only words, because that is what the United Nations have approved for them. And when you ask, plebiscite itself, is plebiscite itself a union? No, plebiscite itself is not a union. It's just to ascertain the wishes of the people of the trust territory. The plebiscite itself is not a union. The plebiscite is not a gentleman's agreement. Nobody does that. The plebiscite is just like an ordinary vote that people go out there and vote. When you vote for your president, I always like to use Ghana as an example, because every 4 years on 7 December, Ghanaians go to the poll to elect their president and their MPs. Those MPs and the presidents are being elected on January 7th every 4 years. But the question is, when the president is elected or MP is elected, what we hear is that president-elect, MP-elect. We do not hear that the MP or the president. We hear that Mr. A is the president-elect. Mr. B is the MP-elect. This is what we hear. And we ask ourselves, why at that point we do not refer to them as a president, but we call them president-elect? It tells you that the election, that what Ghanaians go through on 7 December, is just to ascertain the wishes of the people of Ghana. They want to know who the people of Ghana want to be their president. So when that is known, that does not mean that the person is yet a president. So when you are elected today, 7 December, you are a president-elect, and the next 2 weeks, unfortunately, by mistake, you die, you will be called a president-elect. You will not be called a president. And people should look at that and ask why. Then we can apply to the plebiscite, because the election that the election that Ghanaians held in what do you call it, in December 7th, 2020, the past election, or other previous past election that Ghana held before, all the presidents that were elected on the day of the election, they were not automatically president. No, they were president-elect until certain point. What point? Until it gets to January 7th, where the president will be sworn in. The president will take an oath of office. The day the president takes an oath of office, that day we refer to that person as the president of the nation. Just so that there are steps to bring about the presidency. There are steps to make somebody a president. It's not only your vote. Your vote is just your intention. It tells you the percentage of Ghanaians that want Mr. A or Mr. B to be the president of their country. The same thing with the resolution 1044 and the plebiscite. The resolution 1044 talk about the union with the independent Gold Coast. And this same resolution have allowed the people of the Gold Coast to go into plebiscite to determine, to ascertain the wishes of the people of the Trust Territory. And that wishes was determined in plebiscite. That determination does not mean union. Yeah, I think I need a lawyer to be explaining those things to me so that I can understand if those determination means a union. Because I know when you go into plebiscite to determine that, oh, we vote to be in union with the independent Gold Coast, I think there are steps you should follow, because those steps have not been followed to bring about the union. So until those steps are followed to bring about the union, there is no union. A union must have a union agreement. So if the people of Ghana are saying that they are in union with the Western TogoLand, they should be able to prove the union agreement so that we can see the terms and references in the union. If you quite remember, the Great Britain, when Britain was breaking away from the European Union, they also went in referendum. They voted in referendum. And then, yes, we want to break away from the European Union, won the day. So, yes, won. So, it means that United Kingdom have decided or wish, or the majority of the Great Britain wish that they should get out. They are out of the European Union. I don't want to go into that politics because some of us know why they were actually asking that they want to leave. And many people also were against that, but that's not what we are. I'm just using that as an example. So when that election was held, Britain did not leave the European Union at the same time. Why? Because they have to follow Article 60 of the Union Agreement. So they follow the Union Agreement, because when you vote, when your people voted that they don't want the Union anymore, they want to go from the European, you want to break away from the European Union. You don't just break away that day. There are steps that you have to take to break away, to leave finally. And Britain has to take her time to take those steps one by one until finally they finish the step and they are out peacefully. The same thing when the people of Western Togoland voted to be in union with the independent Gold Coast. There were steps laid out by United Nations in the resolution 1044 SI for Britain to follow to bring about the union. Has that step been followed? The answer is simple: no. That step has not been followed. So how do you bring about a union if you do not follow the steps that leads to union? If you want to make a baby with your wife, how do you make the baby? You marry your wife, you put her in your room, there she got pregnant? No. I'm going mature here. I'm sorry. I know kids are also watching. So there are certain words I'm not going to mention that. There are certain steps that you as the man and the woman must follow before you bring about a baby. If you don't follow that step, how will the baby come out? How will you bring about baby? Will you give pure water to your wife and she'll get pregnant and then a baby will come out? Well, I only know about Jesus Christ. Forgive me for those who are religious. You can start quoting me about the Virgin Mary and the birth of Christ. But I'm sorry, I'm not talking about that. That is a spiritual thing, and we are in a physical world. Thank you so much. Yes, let me go back to today. I am finishing my program very early. Very soon I will just run up and I'll close. Like I said, my job today is to read to you Resolution 1044 SI of December 13, 1956. And I also summarize it. I said it's a very unprecedented document that specifies nothing than union. And I also talk about every paragraph, talk about the union with independent Gold Coast. I also said that the union itself has not been achieved because looking at the steps that the United Nations laid out in Resolution 1044 for Britain to follow, Britain has not followed those steps. I also make it clearly that I said the resolution is clear that they have clearly assigned Britain, the UK, to bring about the union. It is here in the UN Resolution 1044 SI. They have assigned Britain or giving instruction to Britain to bring about the union. So that is clear in the Resolution 1044 SI. That is why the People Liberation Council is saying that since Britain failed to take that instruction, to follow the steps to bring about the union, and the union has now been established, we are now mature. We are now grown-ups. We have seen the light. We are people who know what to do. We can do things on our own. We are no more the baby that they used to nurture. Now we are adult. We are mature. Let us come together and look into the steps and work it out ourselves. The people of Western Togoland and the people of Ghana. Let's work it out ourselves so that we can bring about the golden and the beautiful union that the United Nations want us to have. And the union that the people of Western Togoland voted for. Let us work it and have it done. This is what People Liberation Council is saying, and they are basing their argument. The basis or the position or the stand and everything about People Liberation Council take root from Resolution 1044 SI. If you want to prosecute the People Liberation Council, you first of all have to denounce Resolution 1044 SI. If you can denounce Resolution 1044 SI, then I think we can denounce People Liberation Council. Yeah, before I'll come back to you, let me see my viewers. I've seen some comments. I've seen some people coming. Oh, my friends are here. This is Mr. Divine is watching. Mr. Divine, if you are watching, I say hello to you. I say my regards. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for watching me. Charles Jeremiah, do you know this time table changing will mislead some of us joining the program. Table changing. I am not changing the table. I'm not changing anything. I'm only talking about Resolution 1044 today. I'm only reading. I read it, and next week we'll take up one paragraph and talk about it, digest it, and look into it so people can understand one by one. If you also have the Resolution 1044, you can read it yourself. Oh, my friend is here. Aponyo is here. Mr. Solomon, the language in Resolution 1044 SI is clear enough for everybody to understand that in order for Western Togoland to form an entity, there must be a formal union between them. Let me read more. We know that there exists no evidence of a union agreement between the two countries. Yes, it is clear. Mr. Solomon is saying that this is clear. If you listen to when I was reading the resolution, if you listen to it, the language is very clear. is clear enough. It's very specified. The language is clear enough for everyone to understand. And he's saying that for Western Togoland to form an entity, there must be a formal union between them. For Western Togoland, the Trust Territory, Togoland under British administration to form an entity, is either Britain, when Britain was not ready to continue taking care of Western Togoland or Togoland under British administration, the laudable thing in the first place British have done is to go back to UN and say, I cannot take care of your baby boy. You can take your baby boy to somebody else to take care of him or whatever you want to do. And at that point, UN would have asked the people of Western Togoland to decide their own fate. But Britain actually wanted a union with her colony and Western Togoland. That's all. That is why all this will happen. If that union had not been requested, if the people of Western Togoland were asked to determine their own future, I think the story would have been different today. And that is why Mr. Solomon is telling us that the language here in Resolution 1044 is very clear and everyone can understand. And before Western Togoland can become an entity, there must be a formal union. A formal union means you follow the steps that the United Nations gave in Resolution 1044 and to bring about the union with a union agreement. So that what is it? And he said there is no union agreement between the two countries. And we all know that this is a fact. This is a truth. I don't want to be hitting around the bush. It is a fact. It is a truth. What we are saying here is that there is no union between Western Togoland and Ghana. There's no union agreement. Anyone who has the union agreement can produce it. Mr. Christian is watching. Michael Williams. Thank you so much, Michael Williams. Since Western Togolanders is capable of taking care of themselves, why the former colony of British Gold Coast, now Ghana, should decide and remain integration in one of their 1992 constitution. Tell Ghanaians to do the right thing for both two states, to have their government and separate government, etc. Oh, okay. That is coming from Mr. Williams, Michael. Thank you so much. This is Mr. Girardo. The message of the PRC is straightforward, and there is no reason for persecution. History bears the indelible record that Western Togoland, Ghana are two countries that have come together that have come together just as Tanganyika and Zanzibar are harmoniously living together. The people of Ghana must strive with all their intelligence and conscience to create a harmonious union of noble citizens and stop all forms of this. Hey, Mr. Girardo, this your English is killing me. Incendiarism, I think the words, I need to eat some petrucci, I can pronounce that word, on this beautiful beautiful SOL of Africa. I don't know that. SOL, soul of Africa, maybe soul, beautiful soul, okay, soul, on this beautiful soul of Africa. The managers of this union of Western Togoland and Ghana must feel 10 times ashamed for regularizing of the union is completely out of place. Okay, that's coming from Mr. William Girardo. Girardo, next time give me words that I can pronounce. Why are you pushing me like that? Please. You want me to start eating some fertility or what? Thank you. Mr. John Safui, they have not conscience. They don't have conscience. How could they obey it? They are conceited, selfish individuals not for the masses, but themselves and family. But a time will come, and it's now. Keep up the pressure. Thank you so much, Mr. Safwi. Gamesu GV George, who signed that union they are saying, and there is that, and where is that document? That is a great question. Who signed that union? Like I said, there is no union, and that's why Gamesu GV George is saying, who signed that union document? Nobody signed the union document. There is nowhere in Ghana's history that we have been told that the government of the CPP at the time sat with the government of Western Togoland to sign any union document. And then he's also asking, and where is that document? It's nowhere to be found. There's none like that. Doesn't exist. The language of Resolution 1044 is, okay, I've read that one already. It's clear enough for everybody to understand that for a union between Western Togoland and Ghana to form a union to be effective, there should be a union agreement between the two countries. That's from Mr. Solomon. Gamesu GV George again. Those who noted the UN Resolution 1044 SI should search for Google, or those who need the UN Resolution 1044 SI should search or Google UN Resolution 1044 13 December 1956. It is there. Thank you so much, Mr. George. George is telling us where you can get it. I told you today, information is on our fingertips. You don't need to go anywhere and get it. That is why some of us are taking an opportunity to go to the United Nations, wrote to them and get our document. I told you myself that the document I use are not a document I got from the internet, so that somebody would tell me that that is a fake document. No, I wrote personally, and I keep telling you, I wrote personally to United Nations and get all my documents. So if I'm using any document and I get it from United Nations, except any document that I did not request for, and I have to find out from people who are in the struggle to give it to me for me to use. But Resolution 1044, I got it from the United Nations myself. So George has also told you where you can get it. Google it and you will see it over there. That's what it is. And I've come to the conclusion part. I said today I am closing very early. I want to say this to Ghanaian authority, that there is no point in arresting citizens of Western Togoland who are basing their argument on Resolution 1044 SI. If the people of Western Togoland are basing their argument on Resolution 1044 SI of 13 December 1956, there is no point in arresting them. If you are arresting them, on what basis? The people are talking about the full implementation of Resolution 1044 SI. If you want to do anything, then you must first of all deny the validity or authenticity of the Resolution 1044 SI. If you are not able as a government, as a country, to say that, oh, okay, the Resolution 1044 SI is not a valid document, it does not exist, it's not a working document, you cannot use it or whatever, then you must prove it to the people, and then you can make any argument from there about. You can develop your argument from there. But if Resolution 1044 SI have remained a valid document, have remained authenticity, have been a very good document that everybody can use, I do not see the reason why you should arrest someone who based his or her argument on Resolution 1044 SI. This is a formal document that is bringing Western Togoland and independent Gold Coast together. So if everybody have every right to question this document, even if there is a union, everyone in Western Togoland, everyone in Ghana have every right to question the government of Ghana, to question the people, to question the union, to find out why the union, and if the union was effected according to the Resolution 1044 SI. We can do that. So why should you arrest people? This intimidation, harassment is not working good for any of the parties. The people you are arresting, you put them in yourself. They have family. These are people who are what? They are breadwinners of their family. You render their children, you render their wives, you render their husbands, you render their mothers and fathers homeless. Some are now hungry on the street, all because you have taken the breadwinner of the family into your custody for no reason. Now, if you do this, what are you doing? You are inciting violence into these people. You are inciting violence into these people. You are growing a monster in these people. And when this monster you are nurturing today grow to the size of you, you will not be able to withstand it. Ghana will not be able to withstand the monster that they are nurturing today. And today, some politicians feel so noble, feel so pompous, and go on television and say all kinds of things that can spark the fire. The People Liberation Council have been holding the fire easily, trying to tell the people to live within the law, live within the laws of the land, use your right that you have. But let me tell you, every time the People Liberation Council have been telling the people, use the little liberty you have to gain the total liberty you have. But let me tell you, that statement to me, it doesn't exist because the people of Western Togoland have no liberty. The people of Western Togoland have no right. If you cannot even mention the name of your own country, what is the right? This is the basic fundamental human right. The right to your statehood, the right to mention your country. And if today somebody is telling you that if you mention your country, Western Togoland, you will be arrested, then where is your right? Where is that basic right? That basic right is taken away from you. Then you don't have any right. Well, you can quote me on that. That's my personal preference. That's what I said, me. I didn't say People Liberation Council. I said me. Please, I said me. Sometimes when I say something is coming from myself, I try to make it clear that it is coming from me. So that you don't go and be chastising People Liberation Council. I am not People's Liberation Council. I am not. My name is set. I can also speak for myself. When I say something, I try to tell you this is me. So that's what I'm saying. That according to me, in my personal mind, only me. What I'm saying here is that the people of Western Togoland do not have any right. Ghana have taken those rights away from them. Ghana have taken those rights away from them. If you do not allow these people to even mention the name of their own country, then what kind of right do they have there? I mean, I don't see it though. Is it the right to go and vote for somebody to become a president? Is that the right? That's a political right. It's not that necessary. You know, that right, you can waive it. It is not nothing. Those political right is nothing. Is that the right? If I cannot even mention my name and you say I have a right, please. So I would like Ghanaians authorities to take note that the people of Western Togoland who are basing their argument on Resolution 1044 SI have committed no crime. Have committed no crime at all. For those of you who are following the aggression of Ghanaian government on People Liberation, the aggression on of Ghanaian government on the people of Western Togoland, you could see that when they arrest these people, they are hardly come out with any charges. If you think these people have committed any crime, why don't you come up with charges and let's go into prosecution? Has anyone have been prosecuted before? And ask yourself, why is it that these people have not been prosecuted? You see, if it had been Aisha from what do you call it, the slave queen Aisha, the Galamsey queen, as you say, from China, they should have let her go. They would have said, take her because we don't want to engage China into any war. But they won't tell you, they will tell you we don't have money to prosecute her. But you have money to prosecute the people that you yourself say you are in union with them. Ghana don't have money to prosecute Aisha, who came all the way from China to deplete your forest, to destroy your water bodies, poison your waters and all that. You don't have money to prosecute Aisha. You let Aisha go back to China. But today, you have people who are talking about Western Togoland. You are saying that they are your own citizens. They are part of Ghana, and they are telling you it is this union that makes us part of you. And the union doesn't exist. They are talking about the union. They are talking about resolution 1044. You arrest them and put them behind bars, and that one you have money to prosecute them. Ghana government should do the right thing. And Ghanaians will go on social media and say all manner of things. Go and insult these people and say all manner of things, as if these people beg to be part of you. If you do not know the truth, please don't just go on social media and put any comment there just like that. You must search for the truth. That is why I bring those situation rooms, so that you will know the truth and you be your own judge. Thank you so much. The people of Western Togoland, this is yours. I personally want to tell my colleagues, those who are also in other group, who are asking for separation or independence of Western Togoland, I want to tell them vividly that they should pay attention to what People Liberation Council have been saying. I think People Liberation Council has given the workout or the roadmap about the union, and we should look into it critically and come to understanding that there is nothing that we can do at this point in time than to ask for the union. We cannot bypass resolution 1044 SR. We cannot bypass this resolution. If anybody talking differently, if you are not basing your argument on resolution 1044 SI, then you are speaking a different language. You do not have to look at what is happening in Ambassadonia. You don't have to look at what is happening in Biafra. No, you don't want to dance their dance. Leave their dance for them to dance. Dance your Western Togoland dance. What is our dance? Our dance is that the United Nations has agreed by resolution 1044 SI that we should form a union with independent Gold Coast. And we cannot bypass this resolution to do something else. If you are bypassing this resolution, you are making a mistake. You are making a mistake. Many times people say, I am against other people who are calling for a restoration of Western Togoland dignity. I am not against it. If you support Western Togoland liberation, that is fine. If you support Western Togoland union with Ghana, that is fine. But if you do not support the union and you are talking about something else, that is not fine. It's not right. You don't expect me to come and praise you. And you, the followers, there are many of you who are following these groups. I am not telling you to leave those groups. But what I'm telling you here is that People Liberation Council has brought their argument forward about the union. They will explain many times why the union. Now we are taking resolution 1044 SI. I need you to pay attention to resolution 1044 SI. We are so glad that George has told us how to get the resolution on the internet. Go get it yourself, read it. When you read this resolution, ask your leaders what they think about it. If they don't want to work with the resolution 1044 SI, they should tell you why, and they should tell you which other way can they do apart from resolution 1044 SI. The other will tell you that the phone shadow. The phone shadow. This is the default for you. The resolution is the default. You cannot bypass the resolution and do anything else. You cannot bypass one and go and count two. If you want to count 1, 2, 3 to 5, you must start from 1. Go to 2, 3, 4 before you get to 5. You don't start from 1 and you jump to 5. That is not correct. So that is why we are telling you that resolution 1044 SI cannot be bypassed. It's what it is. I've seen some messages. Let me read it and then I end my show. Chat, you can also find it on the website of PLC. Oh, okay. If you need those documents, I have not been informed that you can also find it on the PLC website, www.plcwtl.org. If my technician can put the website on the screen, it will be fine. For those of you who need those resolutions and those documents, you can go to PLC website. People's Liberation Council website. The website is www.plcwtl.org. If you go to that website, you will see the resolution 1044 and any other document that you want to read. You can see it and read it for yourself. Those are valid documents, because I don't want to direct you to go on Google. It doesn't mean that what is on the internet is not correct. I didn't get my document from internet, so I don't go there. I don't go there. I try to get a document from the right source. And I know People Liberation Council have gotten their document also from the right source. So whatever you read from their website, because they are working with this document, whatever you read from their website, it is true and clear. It's better. I don't want you to go. You can go to the Google, like my brother George said. You can go there, you Google it. But I have never Googled any document, so I do not want to say nothing. If I have to Google it and compare to what I have and see if it's the same thing. But once I have read Resolution 1044 SI, if you Google it and you see it, go back and play my video and see what I read. If it's the same thing, then you are good to go. We want you to get the right document so that you do not, lag behind. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, for the that correction. So thank you so much. This is where I end my show. My friend is here, Simotevia. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. This is where I end today's program. I want to thank you for being with me. Next week, we are going to look into Resolution 1044 SI of December 13, 1957. We look at the first paragraph. We look at it, we digest it and see what is there. So like I said, the people of Western Togoland, rise up. And those of you who are in other group, please, if your group is not talking about the union, then go and find out why they are not talking about the union. Take their argument, compel them to tell you why. You don't just follow blindly. I don't need you to be following people that they'll tell you everything and you follow. No, you must be a master of your own. When they tell you something, you also have a brain. Think about it. Is this a workable thing? What PSC is saying, look into it and say if what PSC is saying and what they are saying, if which one works better, so that you know which party you should support and which cause. I'm believing that if the followers come to understanding that the Resolution 1044 SI is something that we cannot bypass unless we have it in full implementation, then the struggle will be very simple and concise. Thank you so much. Keep on watching Western TogoLand Situation Room. We'll come your way every Saturday. Thank you so much. This is where I end my program for today. Bye-bye for now.
To advertise with us, donate sponsorships and suggestions, email us at trendafricatv@gmail.com or call us on 773-312-0318 or 773-756-6678. Remember to also follow and like us as Trend Africa TV on Facebook so you can always catch us live. On Instagram as Trend Africa TV 123 or subscribe to our YouTube channel as Trend Africa TV and click on the notification button to watch previous shows. You can also visit our website for your African news, entertainment, fashion and sports updates on www.trendafricaonline.net. Trend Africa TV, redefining Africa.